Heidi and I are going to demonstrate how we can teach our dogs some different components of loose lead walking. So what I'm going to do first is just show you what I'm using here. I like to use a double-ended lead, so there's a clip on each end, and there's various loops down the lead, so I can actually shorten the lead at any point if I wanted to, or I could have it longer if I wish, or I can actually put it around me and walk hands-free with my dog like a satchel over me like this, and then the collar is clipped there so that you've got a little bit more control with your hands. So, and it also stops us gripping if we think we're going to run into trouble anywhere, because it's that sometimes causes the dog to pull. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call Heidi over, and I'm just going to show you this first foundation exercise, which I think is absolutely essential, and it gives the dog a tool eventually to correct themselves if they feel like they've got slightly in front of you. So, hello Murphy. Murphy's come over for a sausage. Heidi, come here my sweetheart. Good girl, well done. Sit. Good girlie. Right, what I'd like to do, good girl, you're so awesome. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to ruche the lead up so I haven't got it everywhere. Come here, love. So I'm going to show you how I hold the lead. So I've got it ruched up in my hand here, and this hand nearest the dog is free. So the dog's going to be on my left hand side. So initially, just get some food here. So I'm going to have all my food as well in my ruched up lead hand. So this hand's empty. When I want to reward my dog, I can pull the piece of food and pay my dog here. So, Heidi, my love, come here, my lovey. So you can lure them if you need to, just for a minute. Good. Sit. Good girl. So just pay them initially just for being beside you on a loose lead. So there's always a smile in the lead like that, like a U shape or a J, depending on the size of your dog. And just pay them several times for being there. And they'll realise there that it's a pretty good place to be. So you might be sitting at a curb or something like that eventually, and the dog will think, oh, I'd like sitting beside you because I might get a payment. Good girl. So this is the little exercise that I think is absolutely crucial. So I'm going to picture, when I'm walking my dog, that this zone in front of me is the no-go zone. I don't want my dog to go in this area here. I'd like them anywhere behind these two imaginary lines. So what I'm going to do eventually is have these lines as something that the dog will understand, and they will choose to walk back beside me when they feel themselves encroach on that line. So we've got to teach it. So all we do is teach the dog this move. Okay, so I'm going to have a treat on her nose. I'm going to bring my left leg back. My dog comes round and behind me, and then she comes back next to me. Good girl. Nice. Very clever. Good girlie. Then I'm going to show you from this angle. I'm going to bring my left leg back. The dog goes round and then comes back beside me. Good. And I'm going to stand in front of her so I don't have to keep moving the dog. I'm moving me, so I don't have to keep setting her up. So it's left leg, left hand. Good. So she's travelling anti-clockwise towards me. Okay. So she's going anti-clockwise and then next to me. Okay. So this is quite strenuous, so don't overdo it if you've got a puppy. Just do it a few times. So 5, maybe 10 at the absolute most. So I'll do it again. So I'm just teaching her the behaviour. There's no food in my hand now this time. It's literally left leg, left hand at the same time, and the dog learns to come back beside you. Okay, good girl, well done. One more time. Good, excellent, very nice. So I want them to commit to looping round behind us first. So eventually what will happen is, if I've got enough room on my screen, it will look like this. Excuse me, good girlie. That's it. So you're walking along and the dog goes in front, like that. And I don't like that, so before the lead goes tight, I'm going to just do that little manoeuvre. So you want to repeat this when you set off on a walk. Repeat it several times when you set off on a walk. So if you did that, I walk forward with my dog, the dog's not even in front of me, and I'm still going to do this. Just get them used to travelling in that little figure of 8 that she did just then. And that way they'll see it as part of the norm of their walk, and it'll come as second nature. But you're looking for about 200 repetitions of this before they actually learn it. And the key is, don't do it when the lead is tight. Always do it before the lead's tight, so that they practice the behaviour you want, and the behaviour that you don't want, the pulling, will eventually go away. So I always do that whether my dog is pulling or not, or going ahead of that line or not, and then that way you can almost guarantee they're never going to enter that zone, because they know that when their nose heads anywhere towards that imaginary line, that you're going to do this. And that's a lot of effort, so they might as well just continue to walk on a loose lead beside you from start to finish. Okay, so that's your number one step.